Cannabis you heard his verse, and he said, yo, L, is that a mic on your arm?
Let me borrow that.
Let me borrow that.
L, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that.
Yeah, and
You didn't take that as a compliment?
Not at that time. I was an egomaniac.
He said, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that. And I just was like, I just did not understand.
Like somebody was trying to wear my boxing trunks or something.
It's August 1997, the day the iconic beef between LL Cool J and Cannabis started.
Cannabis, I love you, boy. You know what I mean? Yo, your career's starting again, baby.
And you crushed his career. Let's make some noise for LL crushing his career.
Most hip-hop beefs start off with subliminals or with two MCs who just can't stand each other. But LL Cool J and Cannabis, they got along very well. And they were cool enough to even make a song together. So, what happened? On this day, LL Cool J was in the studio with Cannabis and DMX. DMX and Cannabis was more or less new artists or had underground names. So it was huge for them to be on a song with LL Cool J, the legend. And LL was gonna feature them on a song called 4321 with other rappers Redman, Method Man, and Master P. Oh yeah, this was a good look.
L was like a father figure in rap music, and I was just somebody who was coming in the game. I mean, I had done other records prior to 4321, but I was somebody who was coming in the game who was really looking for somebody to be under their wing and rock with them, tear the whole game down with them from the inside out.
While they were kicking it in the studio, Cannabis told LL that he loved the mic tattoo on his arm. Cannabis not only liked the tattoo, but he even wanted to get his own.
First thing I looked for was the mic. When I saw it, I was like, damn, you know, when you see the mic and you know what it represents, you know that for anybody to put a mic on their arm, when I'm saying that damn, this is my life, or this is something that I do very well, something that I did very well and I'm doing very well, or, you know, it's a statement.
However, LL wasn't feeling it to get any other tattoo but his own.
Yo, your tattoo, man, I like your tattoo. I'm gonna get one like that. I said, nah, homie, you know, you gotta get your own, you know. I didn't understand that, like mentally, like I just didn't understand. Nah, man, you gotta get your own joint. Like I didn't really, I just didn't understand it. Like it was no disrespect. I was like, nah, you got your own. Like, nah, I'm getting one like that. And then after we had that conversation, when I went in and heard his bars, he said, "Is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that." And I just was like, I just did not understand. I couldn't understand it, homie. I blinked.
Okay, all right.
I blinked, and that was it.
Take me from that moment.
Take that mic off your arm?
No. You asked to borrow it. He was doing it as flattered.
Yeah, this is the debate right here. LL is a cultural icon. You don't come out your face and no, you don't borrow nothing. You lucky to be on the record.
Cannabis then mentioned LL's mic tattoo on the song.
Method, where the guards at? Redman, where the squad at? L, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that. Who's the guard of rap? You saying is nice. I beat it to death and beat the dead to life.
For Cannabis, he was just happy to be on the record with the rapper he looked up to. So he was just paying homage and respect to his mentor.
Because he couldn't see what was in my heart. If anything, you know, that should have seemed like something that was probably flattering.
Nobody ain't took it like that, but I guess, you know what I'm saying? Cause I don't think Cannabis was going. I mean, come on, I knew Cannabis, even before he was getting on. Cannabis used to just come spit with the squad all the time, you know what I mean? So he ain't had that attitude of trying to get on to diss anybody. I know that for him.
But LL Cool J somehow decided that Cannabis' line was disrespectful, especially the bar about borrowing the mic on LL's arm. So rather than the dope lines you just heard, these were the lines that were used on the song.
My attitude is alive. Watch me prove it. I snap the crown with your head still attached to it. Cannabis is the type to fight for my
LL made Cannabis change his verse because he was convinced this young MC was taking shots at him. If he didn't change his verse, he wasn't going to be on the record. Cannabis agreed to change and remove the lines LL considered disrespectful, but he also told LL to change his verse as well. In LL's verse, he was clearly taking shots at Cannabis.
When you fantasize of borrowing flows, some little shorty with a big mouth, the bank is closed. The grip on my arm is off limits to challenges. You holding up the swords, I swing the Excalibur. I said you step up in my dimension. You little ass somewhere crying on detention. Watch your mouth, better yet, hold your tongue. I'ma do this for free this time, this one's for fun. Blow you to pieces. You covered this with one pieces. Cool J is hard. Every little boy wanna pick up the mic. They try to run with the big boys and live up to the real hype. Now let's get back to the mic on my arm. If it ever left my side, it transform into a time bomb. You don't wanna bar that, you wanna idolize. If you don't wanna make me mad, you wanna socialize.
LL told Cannabis that he was gonna change his lines, but when the song was released, Cannabis realized that his mentor didn't stick to his word. LL didn't change nothing. He kept the same lines you just heard in the song, which made Cannabis look weak. This could have been a great moment with two MCs going in at each other, just keeping it real. Or LL could have just changed the words like he said he was going to do. Meanwhile, your boy Cannabis realized, I've been played. It's like Big Sean removing or telling Kendrick Lamar to change his Control verse. After the song was released, all anyone could talk about is how soft Cannabis was. He was dissed and never responded, so that made Cannabis look like a sucker. And to make matters worse, Cannabis wasn't even invited to the original video shoot for the song. But rather than just record a diss song, Cannabis decided to just call LL and talk to him about it.
This particular situation is just so ill because I laid that verse already. Niggas got copies of the original record and they running around playing it, you know what I'm saying? And it just looks so up, man. And like in my position, like where I'm at right now, I don't have anything, man. All I got is a reputation on the street. That's all I got, man. I don't have a family. I don't have, that's all I have. That's what I'm saying to you. That's all I have. And right now, I'm feeling what you're saying. What can I do to make you feel more comfortable? What can we do to like make you feel better about the situation? I just need people to know that you didn't mean it like that, man. That you wasn't coming at me. What's the biggest way to do that, man? Like you everywhere, man. You're everywhere. What's the biggest way to do it? No, because see, what you don't realize is sometimes you can open up a can of worms thinking you're closing a can of worms. The majority of the world does not know about that situation. You know what I'm saying? Niggas running around the country knowing about this situation. You got 50 in New York that are in the industry running around running their and they the same niggas that hate Mace's chain, can't stand Puppy Suburban, and fuck. Hell, you called me earlier, right? Yeah. Okay. Do you know what I was doing? I was on the internet. Okay. Yo, the internet is nationwide. You know what I mean? From LA to Maine. You know what I mean? From Canada to Miami. Now, I'm telling you that in Wyoming, I'm telling you that in Texas. In North Dakota, dog, you get what you want to do. You want to add fuel to the fire. You want to, you want me, you want to address it. I mean, what do you want me to say? I don't want to address the situation. I don't want to do what niggas is out there feeling. Yo, Cannabis needs. I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is I want somewhere me and you together doing something somewhere. So. Don't feel that way, man.
LL insisted that no one knew his verse was aimed at Cannabis, but the rumors were already out there. Cannabis' original verse had also been leaked, so most people were able to connect the dots. Every rapper thrives off respect and reputation, and for an unknown MC like Cannabis, his reputation was almost dead in the water. Cannabis and LL had both agreed that they could kill all this talk about beef by doing a song together. However, it would take forever before this record ever happened. Remember, Cannabis had been played by the same man before, so he wasn't sure about trusting his word again.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. It fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
Every second Cannabis waited without responding meant he had been punked twice by the same man. Cannabis had waited over 2 months to do this feature, But it just wasn't happening. So of course, he had to do something. March 24, 1998, Cannabis released his diss track, Second Round KO.
If you really want to show off, we can get it on live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I let you pick the verse, and I let you pick them all. I didn't even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Now watch me rip the gap through your arm, kick you in the groin, stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mom. Your first, second, and third born, make your wife get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan so he can persuade you to squash it. I say no, he started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is.
If you ever had any doubt about how good Cannabis was, this track is proof. The man can spit. I mean, back in 1998, this was like David versus Goliath. Cannabis didn't even drop his debut album, and he was going against the great LL Cool J. But Cannabis, he lit up LL's on this one. This was going to be a classic diss track. Now, his diss track also revealed that LL changed his verse after he heard Cannabis bars. And it also confirmed that he promised to change the bars dissing Cannabis, but he never did. Cannabis had actually given a preview of the song in a freestyle session he did with DMX, Big Pun, and Mos Def.
Yo, I don't want to play niggas and nothing like that. I'm definitely not trying to play.
Do your thing, man.
I'm not trying to. Yo, I deserve the right to anchor, yo. You know what I mean? He came first. I deserve the right to anchor, yo. Okay. What up, man? You wanted that anchor bad, huh? You got the camera over here, man.
You got it right here, dog.
Bless me with the house.
And I want to say, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah. I sampled that.
Hold up. Yo, let the world know the truth. You don't want me to shine. You studied my rhyme, then you laid your vocals after mine. That's smooth. Something a homosexual rapper would do. So when you say that you platinum, you only dropping clues. I studied your background, read the book that you wrote, researched your footnotes about how you sniff coke, fronting like a drug-free role model. You disgust me. I know bitches that seen you smoke weed recently. You walk around showing off your body cause it sells, plus to avoid the fact you ain't got skills. Mad at me cause I kick shit real. But 99% of your fans wear high heels. From Ice-T to Kumo D to Jay-Z. Now you wanna f with me? You crazy? You dripping with whack and you can't get it off. You better be prepared to finish what you start and give me the respect that I deserve. Well, I'ma take it by force. Blast you with the 45 pole. Make you somersault. With a couple 100,000 volt thunderbolts. Before you wanted the war, now you wanna talk. It's about who strikes the hardest, not who strikes first. That's why I laugh when I hear that whack verse. The worst rhyme I ever heard in my life. Greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th. God bless his soul, rest in peace, kid. It's because of him now at least I know what beef is. It's not what I would call this. See, this is something different. A fact trying to make a living over dissing. Somebody that he gotta know is better than him, but he feeling himself cause he got more cheddar than him. But let me tell you something. You might got more cash than me, but you ain't got the skills to eat it like me. And if you really want to get it on, we can get it on. Live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Clap, clap. Now watch me rip the tap from your arm. Stick you in the groin. Kick you in your Vanguard Award. Snatch your Vanguard Award in front of your mom, your first, second, and third born. Make your wife get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan. Make your wife get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan so he could persuade me to squash it. I say, nah, he started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. A hardcore artist is a dangerous man such as myself, trained to run 20 miles of soft sand, programmed to kick hundreds of bars offhand from a lost and forgotten land. You done did it, man. You done spit it, some whack in it, and probably thought that because it's been a minute, I forget it. It's like Common and Cube, I see the in you, and I'ma make the world see it too.
If Cannabis diss record wasn't as good as it was, then LL wouldn't have felt the need to respond. But that second round KO was nasty. LL had to respond. So on April 28th, 1998, we got LL's reply. The Ripper strikes back.
You got to die for your sleep. The overlord rap, but never meet your beat. Pain and agony, I don't touch your soul. Everlasting lyrical message is my soul. Blast this 50-pound ass to make it float. You ready? I wrote the book. Held down my crown for a decade and a half. Now I'm about to keep it grinding ass with bloodbath. Talk about being broke. I'm rich cause I'm earned to separate the money from the bitch. Don't hate me cause I'm paid. Hate me cause I'm everything you wanna be.
For those who still wondered if LL Cool J still had it, this diss track showed that he did. LL wasn't messing around and the diss track did what he wanted. But for Cannabis, this was a huge moment in his career. Before, he was just an unknown name. Now, he's the guy who dissed LL well enough that he was forced to get in the booth and reply. So Cannabis put a lot of effort into promoting his diss track. Everyone now knows his name, and he wasn't going to let them forget it easily. With the success of this diss track, Cannabis had now generated the buzz he needed to release his debut album. The album was titled Can I Bust? And it was released in September 1998. And of course, the whole album was filled with various subliminals going at LL Cool J. Just little jabs here and there going at LL. After this, the beef simmered down a little. There were no disses in 1999, but in 2000, while promoting his new album, The GOAT, LL was a guest on MTV's Rap City, and his freestyle, he had some lines for Cannabis.
Ain't a rapper that'll rely with me. Ask the last cat that tried to come and get me. Talk about paper, talk about fraud, talk about movies, I can talk about awards. The fantasy show I got on tour. In 2001 to be mine by law.
Cannabis' career suffered from this beef while LL continued to thrive. And the general consensus is that this beef ruined his career. LL Cool J is the bigger name, the guy who sells more records with countless Billboard hits. So of course, the industry sided with the guy who brings in Benjamins. Cannabis was blackballed, and he just never fulfilled his potential. So, on the song Back Where I Belong, LL took more shots at Cannabis and claimed responsibility for destroying his career. And on Cannabis' 2003 album, Rip the Jacker, he mentioned LL for the last time on his song, Showtime Gallo. And he acknowledged the impact the beef had on his career. After this, the beef was over. But on the 19th of December 2014, LL was performing at Hot 97's Summer Show and surprised everyone by bringing out Cannabis.
I had a lot of beefs in my life, but you know what? Sometimes we gotta be bigger than that. Sometimes you gotta take it to the next level.
Talked about around the world.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta flip the script. Let's ride. Can I bust? Make some noise! Can I be here, L? Yeah, 5-7 here. I just have this life. 6-5, 4, 2, 1. Come on, Cannabis, come and get some. Sing your line. Watch me do it.
And during the performance, LL mocked Cannabis on stage by saying to him as he walked away, "Yeah, your career's starting again."
Yo, Cannabis, I love you, boy. You know what I mean? Yo, your career's starting again, baby.
And then on the Drink Champs podcast, you got Nori coming with the BS, telling everyone to please give a round of applause to LL for crushing his rap career.
And you crushed his career. Let's make some noise for LL crushing his career. So, you ain't gotta make the noise, don't worry about it. We gonna make noise for you.
But in truth, Cannabis lost the popularity contest, not the rap battle. One man's ego ruined another man's career.
Because you crushed
My
his
ego
career.
was a little taller than me. I'm not
You-
gonna
you
front.
crushed his career
No, my ego
early.
was a little taller than me. A little bit.
Cannabis, and he said, yo, L, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that. Let me borrow that.
Redman, where the squad at? L, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that.
You didn't take it as a compliment?
Not at that time. I was an egomaniac. Cannabis, he granted to me when my ego was a little. I should have just said, nah. You know, he was like, because I met him, I saw him outside the studio. He said, yo, oh man, I'm gonna get a tattoo just like yours. And I was like, you gotta get your own. But that's how it was.
Right.
I felt like somebody was trying to wear my boxing trunks or something. It was
Right.
like, or you gonna walk in the locker room and the dude got your cleats on. That's how it felt to me.
So you didn't look at it as a sign of respect. You're like, hold on, bro, stop biting my style. Get your
I
own.
was immature. I was immature. I wasn't involved. Savage, man. Savagery, man. Animal, man. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. I mean, you know, he just ran into a maniac. You know, he ran into a guy that's so intense that he could start hip hop at 8 years old and be in his 50s still doing it.
The symbol on my arm is off limits to challenges. You holding rusty swords, I swing the Excalibur.
Yo, y'all better stop sleeping on LL with these diss tracks, because his bars is crazy. And you know what else is crazy? If you don't comment on this story. So let us know how you feel. Comment, like, and share. And while you're sharing that, share our merch too. Alright? That's enough. That's all I got for now. See you next time. Peace and blessings.